For this video, I'm going to take a look at Funland Arcade and Snack Bar, located in Panama City Beach, Florida. So I recently went on an epic vacation in Panama City Beach, Florida, and I gotta tell you, it is just an incredible place to visit. The weather was spectacular while I was there. One of the highlights of the trip was visiting Funland Arcade. This is just an incredible place to go. I mean, I'm already kind of jumping to the bottom line, telling you that this is one of the best arcades I've been to, and I really don't think I'm exaggerating or overselling it. This is the oldest arcade in all of Northwest Florida. It opened way back in 1953 and has been in continuous operation ever since. They've got a pretty decent snack bar too, so I was impressed by how affordable the breakfast was here. I had some bacon and eggs. And one of the first things I noticed while I was here is all the SEGA games. They have so many SEGA arcade games, especially the racing games. Oh, the place is incredible. They got like 18-wheeler and F355 Challenge. I haven't seen an F355 Challenge in like 15 years in an arcade. So they've got a lot of rare sit-down racing games from SEGA. They had an Afterburner sit-down unit that was just incredible. I spent way too much money on it. They had these kiddie racing games, which I've never seen before, where the steering wheel is like 18 inches off the ground. So that was kind of cool. It was their Bigfoot racing game. And they had a couple of those virtual reality theater rides where you basically go on a roller coaster and you do the dark ride. They had a hurricane simulator, so all kinds of interesting, unusual things. Overall, they have about 100 different video games here, and I've never seen an arcade with pool tables too, so they're really kind of thinking outside the box. They had all the classic experiences too, like skee ball, and obviously there's also a counter for prize redemption. So there's definitely an opportunity to spend about $5,000 on games of skee ball, so you can earn enough points to get a Snickers candy bar. I tell you, one of the interesting things I'd like to point out too is it's been a while since I've seen an arcade with the stools. In the 1980s, we used to have arcades that would set up stools in front of like the stand-up arcade machine, so you could spend an hour or two playing Pac-Man or Galaga. And those stools kind of disappeared over time, so it's kind of neat to see a retro arcade like this still has the stools in the place, and quite a few of them. So a lot of old school arcade gamers probably come here because, like I said, that was a 1980s arcade thing, and I haven't seen it in probably like 15 years. This is one of the quirky things that I noticed about the arcade too, is they have like the Burger King style red bricks on the ground. I have not seen those in a long time. That was a really common feature of Burger King restaurants in the 1980s, but they kind of moved away from it because I guess it dates their restaurants. But it was great. It basically reminded me of all the arcades that I grew up with in Wildwood and Seaside Heights, New Jersey. So is this the largest arcade in all of Panama City, Florida? Probably not. I think Dave & Buster's is a little larger now. They got more machines over there. I still think this is the best arcade in Panama City, but that's subjective. It comes down to my personal preference. I would rather spend my money in a family-owned small business like this particular arcade versus a corporate arcade like Dave & Buster's. So for my bottom line, I highly recommend the Funland Arcade. I think it's the best arcade in all of North Florida, and I think you'd really enjoy it if you love retro gaming just as much as I do. Thanks for watching this episode of The Adventure Schmuck. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See everyone next week.